We're about to start in 10 minutes. So if you have your mic on, kindly just mute so that we start. I'll tell Samuel to mute so that we can start. So we're going to start in a few. So let's just allow others to join. I'm still approving those who are out to join.
Yeah. That you can hear me. Okay, so today we will start if we have people to go on with the training. So those will happen later when they can follow and also start to record today's training so that we have everything on the same page. So yes. My name is Stephanie Armando. I am technical out of the education technical project from HIKVISION in office. And today, I see actually got the issue, so I fix that. That I'll just
I'll mute our meeting and try to compare if I'm clear. I believe right now I'm clear if I'm using the phone audio. So we can use this for the setup. Sorry about the audio issue. So let's continue. So with HIKVISION audio, let's start the CCTV Spark program. So I had introduced myself, Zephania Mwando. I'm part of the technical team in HIKVISION Kenya. So to introduce, we're going to cover the HIKVISION Spark program, and I'm going to be really brief and quick so that we save on time in the presentation. So that's a quick introduction. So in today's presentation, we're going to have the following topics: CCTV IP products. We're also going to look at the analog products, the accessories, the audio products, then explore software, and then eventually look at the exam and certification. So I believe all of you who are in this training already had created the training on had registered for the training on HIK Partner Pro. If you hadn't, kindly just open your HIK Partner Pro, go to events and register. I had set the time limit to 5 p.m. So if you can register before 5 p.m., you'll be good to go. And then I'm going to introduce the all products and solutions in the day's objective. So when we talk about the Spark training, we talk about the regular product introduction, new technologies, new products and solutions that HIKVISION is introducing. So at that point, let's look at the first point, that is CCTV IP products. But before we do that, let's mention this. HIK Partner Pro is actually a tool we use, and how you can get it is from HIKVISION App Store. So just go to HIKVISION, HIKVISION appstore.hikvision.com and download HIK Partner Pro. Use this code or just scan the QR code and save. Take a screenshot of this, and then after the training, you do, because that's how you're going to access more materials from the training. At the same time, that is how you're going to access the day's test for you to get the certificate from this training. So make sure you just enroll right now before it expires. So when you want to get HIKVISION, you go to appstore.hikvision.com or go to your Play Store, go to your App Store and access this. So either way, you'll get the application, HIK Partner Pro. For the end user, we get HIK Connect. Okay, so let me introduce the CCTV systems. We have two types of CCTV systems. We have the analog CCTV system. We have the network CCTV system. So these are the two types of CCTV systems that we can introduce in our setup. And to get started with it, sorry, I'm just getting interruptions because I have so many people who want to join. So let's allow them to also join so that they are not left out. So when we talk about analog CCTV system, we talk about the camera doing one main function, and that function is just capturing videos, just recording. That's the logic of an analog system, CCTV system. Then the camera is powered by a power supply. That power supply then Then we get video. Video is connected to the DVR using coaxial cable. So that is how an analog CCTV system is designed. Then from the DVR, we can connect our router with Cat6, then access, we can connect our router with Cat6, then access the internet. We have, now from the internet, we can add the device to HIK Connect or HIK Partner Pro. So that is one view that you will get from HIKVISION. Okay. Then we have now power backup, where we introduce the HIKVISION UPS, plug in the load, and then we have everything running. So that is a quick introduction of the HIKVISION solution on CCTV. Okay. Then now we have the network system or the IP CCTV system. It's more or less in terms of appearance, you'll still have a camera, you'll need a recorder. This recorder in this case is now the NVR. Then now from the NVR, we can display VGA or HDMI to a monitor. Then over the network, we can also receive a camera through the switch. From the same switch, we connect our router. For installers, I think from my experience, we've had so many cases of the same before. An installer will get cameras, then put them on a switch, and then connect to a PoE port on the NVR. So we still insist that you need to use the LAN port to connect the switch, then from the switch to the router, not the router to LAN port and then the switch to PoE ports. No, that's not the correct topology. So kindly take that note if you're an installer who is doing this product, and understand how it can actually make a difference when you go to site to do deployment. So this is the correct topology. When you have an extra switch, you have an NVR. Then now from the same perspective, we have the AC power from the city connecting to UPS, or just let's say in Kenya, we talk about Kenya Power. In other countries, maybe we talk about some other power provider or power service provider. So that is a brief mention of the IP system. So the benefit with IP system is it's robust. You can really expand because, for instance, in an analog system, I think we can do 8, we can do 16 channels, we can do 32 channels. But in an IP, we can go for as many as you have. We just change the recorder and then transmit our data over the network. Remember, here is a network signal. In analog system, the signal source is actually a coaxial cable, which means we are transmitting video on the cable. But in IP system, we transmit data over the network. And that's one thing that will make analog really complex, because if the cabling is not good, the picture quality again goes down. So you have to make so many considerations before you can finalize on your solution. Okay, so next part, I want to introduce the CCTV IP products that are hot in the market, newly introduced from HIKVISION, and are going to serve you based on your needs and demands. So what am I talking about? These technologies like ColorVu 3.0 with two-way audio cameras, SoundMax cameras, we'll introduce this. We have the 16 MP camera, we have the 180 panoramic camera, we have then we can have some questions and even do a demo in the coming days. We're actually going to have a sitting session for the same, so that we test this and see it's actually working. All right. So let's get started with ColorVu 3.0. So we are looking at new color products. New ColorVu powered by AI. So the ISP, the image signal processor, is actually colored, and this is the comparison. So we had the G2 upgraded to G3, and when we upgrade, some of the things that we introduced that are actual upgrades include the brightness. So the smart hybrid light, now you see 0.01 lux to 0.005. So even in darker environment, the image is much clearer. So that's the idea. That's the idea in our solution. Then now, with the G3, we also introduce LiveGuard motion detection 3.0, which is newer. Why we do motion detection improvement is we want to have the best result on the same. So that is the idea. Then still thinking about the same product. So these are the highlights of ColorVu 3.0. Remember, ColorVu is the technology where HIKVISION actually gives you colored images, colored videos day and night. So we just upgrade this and enhance it and make sure that it actually matches our users' experience. It matches and gives them the best, images in the darkest environments. Okay. Okay. So what have we improved? We have the hardware with super large aperture or an advanced sensor that we have introduced as HIKVISION. Okay. Then we have the HIK AIISP. The image signal processor has also been improved to make sure that we actually can capture better images, better performance, even in the darkest environments. Then now the next part, we have super high reliability in terms of aligning with technology that guarantees you focused performance. So we can consider this and others. So we have the ISP with an AI chip. Then we do noise reduction and improve image clarity, giving you more details in your deployment. Then we can compare a ColorVu 2.0, that's the G2 camera, to the G3 camera, and you realize on the G3 camera, the image is quite vivid, the image is quite clear and more lively. So that's the idea. We have G2, G2H, and then now G3. Then in terms of brightness also, we still enhance the images and give them better and clearer images because of the improved brightness. Then now we have enhancing in terms of the lux value from 0.05 to 0.001, which means it's much, much darker and we still get much brighter images. And with ColorVu, you realize from other providers that when there is motion, our product actually gives you much clearer images, reducing blur. But the other products, when it's dark, they just give you don't see people. As someone is moving, they just disappear from the screen. So you can consider that. Then we have color correction, where we have now more vivid, more clearer images. Okay. Then now we have this other aspect, AIWDR. So we enhance wide dynamic range. What is wide dynamic range? This is the ability of the camera to suppress backlight and give you clear images even when it's really dark. It gives you clear images. Then it suppresses the backlight. You see, when you install a camera facing a window, for instance, you will realize that the outside light will be too bright that you can't see anything. So WDR will actually suppress the external light and give you colored images. So it's called wide dynamic range because it enhances dynamic range of light, suppressing outside light and giving you colored images, and you can even see much clearer images. Then now, in terms of motion detection, HIKVISION actually upgrades your updates so that we have smart algorithms. Instead of just getting motion, a plant leaf moves, we get motion. Anything moves, even a rat passes by, motion detection. In most people, this will be nuisance alarms. So to avoid this, we introduce motion detection 3.0. And with motion detection 3.0, we actually filter by AI, human, these are human, these are vehicle. And then we have a complete deployment and control on motion alarms. Then now let's think about two-way audio. Two-way audio, it means the camera has a built-in mic and the camera has a speaker. So with the built-in mic and speaker, we can talk to someone. Actually, more importantly, pick up on audio of what is happening on site, and then you can give warning to the person that is there on site. So we consider this. We introduced the general camera previously, which just can see video. Then we introduced the with you camera, which has a built-in microphone for you to pick on audio and hear what they are saying. Then now we introduce finally the SL, which now I can also do two-way talk. I can speak back to the camera. So that's the idea of motion detection. Sorry, two-way audio. Sorry. Then now the application case, we can use two-way audio to actually warn someone you're entering a monitored area or please stop doing something. It's more of the preference of the user who is actually deploy this camera. I can also talk back. You see two-way audio, you can pre-program audio, or you can add your own, you can use the custom audio built-in. So we have all those options. Then now we have operation on HIK, Partner Pro and HIK Connect, where you can actually trigger, enable the two-way audio. And then now when we have that, when you enable notification, you can trigger that. So let's just compare. So the idea of two-way audio will just help you to give warning to a stranger. Please get out of that place. Please take a step away from this and that. So we also have that option. Then now in terms of naming the products, HIKVISION gives you a standard naming rule. We have DS2 for HIKVISION front-end products. Then you have CD for network color cameras. Then you have all this variation. But what we're looking for is the 7, which stands for ColorVu camera. We have the G3, which is now the newest chip. Then we even have SRB, which stands for strobe, red and blue lights. So we can share this and we understand the variation of what you're talking about. Then now we have the ColorVu IP cameras. We have this variation with two-way audio, ColorVu, and also has LiveGuard. So what is LiveGuard? LiveGuard is now the warning aspect, where if someone is in an area, you give them warning, please get out of that area, it's being monitored, or please stop doing what you're doing to enhance actually security and give you the best. Then now we have, just to confirm or to test LiveGuard, just to test, when we introduce LiveGuard, we also think about the SoundMax camera. So I can just test the traditional camera, then the SoundMax camera. At 10 meters. Then the normal camera at 15 meters. You cannot hear what she says, but on the SoundMax camera. Then at 20 meters, again, the SoundMax camera gives you much brighter audio, lively. So let's see. On the normal camera at 20 meters, you cannot hear anything. On SoundMax, you can actually hear and interact with the the person at long range. Then when we talk about the SoundMax camera, we look at the traditional camera having just lens, and then the audio is built-in speaker. But SoundMax camera, the speaker is actually built in the mounting bracket, and this gives you even much more accessibility, much more power when when you're doing maybe warning of the two-way. Then now we have some highlights of SoundMax. It still has two-way audio. There's ColorVu 3.0, the G37 series. Then you have motion detection 3.0. We have smart hybrid light. Smart hybrid light being able to distinguish between human and vehicle and triggering the relative or correct alarm based on the event. Then now we also have this option, the use case for SoundMax cameras. Let's say in a farm, you want to broadcast audio. Most of the time, the built-in is not very loud, so we can do multiple SoundMax cameras to broadcast for longer range. Then in retail shops, we can also do that to help with pickpocketing and such incidents. Then we also have in the courtyard, we can also do SoundMax cameras for the same. We have for perimeter protection, tell someone, please don't cross the fence, such. Then we have interaction with the family. We have doorway, intercom. So let's look at this video, which talks about SRB ColorVu. I don't know if you can hear the audio of this. Please let me know.
The audio is not audible.
Okay. Just give me a minute, I correct this. Since the audio is not audible, there is an issue preventing the audio from being played. So let me just check. Okay, we'll just work without it. For someone who's struggling to do the invitation, I'll help you after this session. So you can just record that, and then in case of any issues, I'll help you to do setup. About the registration was on HIKVISION Pro. So if you didn't manage already, time is out. So I've shared my phone number, so you can have a look. Okay, then let's move to the next part where we talk about. I'll just skip the videos because you can't hear. So I'll go to Ultra HD 4K. Or the best idea is actually not to skip the videos, but explain the videos. So this is SRB ColorVu. So we have a case where one of our clients has a farm in Meru. We have deployed our product, and this client actually gets the value of this product. So what is happening? The animals she can monitor. We have the warning lights we have the events that are being. So this is Jen, who is introducing actually the value these products has actually given her to her farm. Things like going out, thieves coming in and she cannot tell, such cases. So you can follow the subtitles as I try to explain what is going on. This is Japet again, part of the same farm. They install CCTV, which is helping them with the same with the same. Okay, then for the cows, the same thing. She would have to stay there and monitor, but now she doesn't have to. While she's doing other course, she can directly check from her phone and see this. So that's the power our solution is actually giving to the clients. Then we also have another case, a warehouse where now monitoring of HIKVISION products. So this is done by one of our installers. So again, this is an encouragement from us. Once you have requirements, let's say on HIKVISION products, you have done a project, you can invite us to record a video in the same, and then we have a discussion. We help you to also advertise your services, your products, even on HIK Partner Pro, and to also other clients and installers. So this part, we have two-way audio for the warehouse management, where the manager actually can broadcast to the users in the warehouse, tell them, do this, do that, please stop doing this, such kinds of controls. Then now, we have the other concepts. So Titus, raise your hand. You can just ask if you have the question. Okay, we'll just proceed. So let's say this. We have Ultra HD 4K, Ultra HD 4K option. So HIKVISION with high resolution, you understand, let's say you're monitoring a field with low resolution, it means you cannot zoom in to the incidents, you cannot zoom into the events. But with 4K resolution, we give you more details. So even the number plate can be read. So you would consider getting 4K, especially for cases where you want to see the very small details. A higher resolution gives us. Then you have the Ultra HD 16MP option. So the 16MP camera will give us now more. The 16MP camera would give us more details compared to the 4K, the 8MP. Though we still get details, but even for longer distance. Now, let's say you want to get more details from longer distance, you can use the 16MP. Then brighter and clearer night performance. So at night, we still get very good images with the 8MP and 16MP. Especially the 16MP will have more vivid, more clear images. Then in terms of the product focus, we have models appearing in bullet, we have dome, and then we have eyeball cameras in that case. Then point-to-point zoom. So we'll get a fixed lens, a point varifocal lens. So it's first launched by HIKVISION. What is the idea? The camera would have two lenses, maybe a 2.8 and a 4mm lens. So with these two lenses, it's very easy to switch in between scenes and get more details between the different scenes. Between the different scenes. Then we have the products that we can showcase for this. We have the AccuSense products. We have the Audio 2.0. We have the Dark Fighter technology. So Dark Fighter is, yes, it's a black and white camera, but we use an AI chip to give us very clear out noise in the images, and then we have very bright and colored images, even in the darkest environment. Then now we have this ColorVu with panoramic lens. So this idea is the colored images with the wide angle. So we combine two lenses and give you clear image. So we also have this in the bullet and eyeball models for 1 series and 2 series of HIKVISION IP cameras. So with that, we can think about the demo, but the next part is the cable-free cameras. We also look at TandemVu. We also look at AccuSync and VR, then go to the next part. So let's start with a cable-free series camera. So for cable-free series, we are looking at this upgrade on the HIKVISION NVR. So when you get the NVR, we have this, actually, let me start with EasyLink Wi-Fi cameras. So you can get Wi-Fi cameras from HIKVISION. That's the first option that you would go for. Then you have the NVR kit. So you'll get Wi-Fi cameras plus an NVR. The benefit with this over NVS is what we had previously is, with the NVS, we're able to see, in an NVS, you cannot display to the local screen. You also cannot get bigger storage because it only supports the SD card. But now the NVR, we can put in big hard disk and view the training. View the videos on site. The next part, we have the wireless 4G solar cameras. We call them the AOV cameras. So with AOV cameras, we're looking at the dual lens PT, we're looking at the bullet, we're looking at the PT. So already these products are in the market for your consumption. And how we name this, the first thing, HIKVISION front end standing actually represented by DS2. Then you have CF for cable-free product, W and S for Wi-Fi and solar. So we have two options there. Then you have the type, the appearance, lamp, bullet, dome, turret, cube. Then now we have the resolution up to 4K, 2MP, 3MP, 4MP, like that. Then you have the suffix, heat, 4G transmission. Then the final part, focal length is 2.8, 4, and 6 millimeters. So when you think about the NVR kit, we can monitor, we can look at the performance with Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6 is much faster, 4 times 4 MP decoding capacity, longer video storage time of up to 8 TB. So that is the idea. Let me just respond to this. For karaoke, we still encourage in experiencing this issue. We'll send you a QR code. Just send me a message. We'll send you a QR code, and then you'll be able to scan without entering the code. You should be able to register on HIK Partner Pro and then move ahead. So this part will help you to sort it out. So let's look at this, the Wi-Fi NVR kit. So on the Wi-Fi NVR kit, we have these options. An 8-channel NVR, actually in all options we have 8-channel NVR, but the first kit will come with 2 MP, 4 cameras, 2 MP. The second kit will come with 4 cameras, 4 MP. And then the third kit will come with 4 cameras, dome, 4 MP. So you can choose which kit you prefer, and then you can also add the other wireless cameras. Then now we have the AOV solar cameras. So AOV is always online, always on video, meaning that when there is human, this camera never sleeps, but it's solar powered, battery powered. So we connect the solar panel to the battery, which charges the battery during the day. At night, the camera relies on the battery. Then this is the highlight. So the first generation had a motion sensor, which would have to wake up the camera so that it can record an event. But this again had shortcomings. That's why we introduced the AOV, which gives you always video recording, but we adjust the frame rate based on the events. So when we say AOV mode, the camera will come with a solar panel. The camera will come with a Type-C interface, a modular battery, a SIM and SD card slot, a built-in battery. Then we can, for the PT, we can do pan tilt. So features of this, we have AOV. I'll show you what is AOV. We have 4G transmission. We have solar-powered batteries. Then we have the separated design. So for cases, let's say I want this bullet camera for indoor. I can remove the solar panel and plug in a Type-C from the mains, which will still charge the battery. So you have those options. Then AOV technology. So we're looking at playing with the frame rate. So when there's no person or vehicle, we just record one slide, one picture like that. Then when we have maybe a human or a vehicle detected, we now record 15 frames per second. Now that becomes a video. Then now, when an event occurs, we can trigger two-way audio. Because we are on 4G, even from my phone on HIK Connect, I can directly trigger audio and talk to the person on site. Then now we have this. So no event, 1 to 2 frames per second recording. Then when you have an event, we switch to 15 frames per second. Then no event again, lower the frame rate. So how to prove this? Let's say this video, you can see when the person is walking, the traffic light is actually reading constant. But when this person gets out of view, it slows down the recording. Now it starts to skip until the person is sighted again. So that's the idea of always on video. So we have the solar powered battery, the 9,000 milliamperes battery with a Type-C interface to charge it, of course. We have the 8 watts solar panel. So that is the idea of wireless. Then we connect to 4G and access it on HIK Connect. So we have an option to use your phone, HIK Connect, or switch to HIK Connect team mode. On HIK Connect team mode, you actually would be able to preview these videos now on your web interface. So it goes with your actual on-site requirements. Then because it's supporting 4G, so we have to look at the frequency band, 4G frequency bands that are supported in this region, and we have all of them supported. Then the design is separated so that it's not restricted. Maybe you want to install the camera and the panel cannot access solar light. With the separated design, you can move the solar panel to a different location. Then now the comparison, the old camera versus the new camera, 24/7 for AOV, yes. AI visual accuracy, the AOV has that. Motion detection 2.0, both of them have. Then detection distance is now 15 meters instead of 8 meters. Then AOV mode, only the AOV solar cameras can do this. Okay, then still on the same. Let me see the chart. We have when the battery level is below 15%, we'll just have live view. Then when the storage space, in terms of storage calculation, so if you're doing continuous recording, you can do with a 512 GB mem card, you can do at 33.6 in a day. But when you're doing AOV 24/7 recording, with a 512 GB, it can cover more than a year, for 27 days. So you choose your deployment options, but it says AOV technology actually saves 97% of requirements. Then about warranty, HIKVISION supports 2 years warranty. This means in case of any issues, we'll give you a replacement after our technical team troubleshoot. So in case you face this, just take this product back to the retailer. As for the technical support, they will troubleshoot with you. If it's an issue we can resolve, we resolve. If we cannot resolve, we give you a replacement on the same. Then let's look at the product showcase. Remember, let me just emphasize on warranty that warranty does not cover the installer's fault. If you, for any reason you defect the product, warranty doesn't cover this. Warranty only covers the manufacturer's fault, the issue with the product and all that. Then in terms of the showcase itself, we have this bullet, the 4G bullet, the 4G PT, then we have the dual lens PT. So the dual lens PT actually, the highlight is it has 2 lenses so that when you have any recording, the PT can actually move, zoom in. Actually, the PT supports auto tracking. So this one highlight from HIKVISION, the 4G solar AOV camera actually has auto tracking. So just upgrade your firmware to the latest and then it can do this. Then we have the new solar power system. Now for bigger setups, we'll get a bigger panel, a battery, and then connect this. So we can have a typical setup where I have a solar panel connecting to a camera, connecting to an access point, and wirelessly transmitting. We have the range of 1 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 15 kilometers, or greater than 15 kilometers. You can do multiple APs back to back. So this again is another solution from HIKVISION that you would consider for your deployment. Then we have the solar powered 4G and 5G solution. So we have the different variations. Even we have a solar powered ANPR camera. If you know about number plate recognition, we have the ANPR camera that is solar powered. Then now we have the TandemVu PTZ camera. For wider scenes, you can have multiple. So the TandemVu would actually help you to eliminate the issue of blind spots when a PTZ zooms into another point of view. Then we have saving on time and energy to install. So TandemVu, instead of installing 2 cameras, we install 1. So look at this. In the naming, it's DS2 for the front end from products. Then we have S for Smart PTZ. Then we have E for Pro Series, F for Ultra Series. Then we have all these variations, but we need to see it's powered by Dark Fighter or Dark Fighter X. So this is another highlight of the TandemVu PTZ. I see a comment that the video is lagging. I think on my end, the video is good. I have a secondary screen that I'm using to compare. So we can, in case we are all facing this, just let me know so that I can exit and join the training again. But ideally, it should be okay. You should be able to follow on this. So for instance, this TandemVu PTZ, we have 2 variations. We have a fixed lens at the top, which is 6 MP. Then we have a 4 MP at the bottom. So the 4 MP would actually zoom into details, go collect the specific details, and zoom in and out on the same. Then we have the new 7-inch. We can just compare the day performance versus the night performance. So the image during the day gives us very clear images. The camera can zoom into details and give us very clear perspective on incidents and cases that would actually occur. Then we have thank you for that feedback. The video is good and not lagging, so from your end, maybe you can check the network. Thank you so much, Kariuki, for that feedback. So I'm glad we are all following through together. Then now we have conventional video search. Conventional video search. So let's say the first CCTV systems you have deployed 60 cameras. It means you will sit down, look for the incident in every camera one by one until you find an issue or what you're looking for. But HIKVISION again introduced the event playback. And in the event playback, we had cases of like, I set motion events. Again, I'll get too many events and then now I get lost in maybe searching. But HIKVISION introduced some solutions. We call the smart search. So smart search, I can draw a rule box and then look for activities within that rule box. So my footage will be distinguished, but again, these events will still be too many. We also have an idea of AccuSearch. So AccuSearch, we click, you upload an image or select an image, then click search, it will find the images through all that footage. But let's think of an idea of what we have right now, and we call this AccuSeek. So we get an AccuSeek NVR. With the AccuSeek NVR, you're able to search through your footage step by step by text, person, vehicle, and object. So I know most of us would have interacted with AI, which is the trend currently. You use ChatGPT to search maybe for something. You type, I'm looking for this and that, and then it gives you the result. So that is what we get in AccuSeek. So traditionally, you would have to play back or search by picture, but now with AccuSeek, you type what you're looking for. I'm looking for a man wearing a red shirt. He has glasses or no glasses with a beard. And then the NVR will give you results based on what it has in the recording. So this is an idea you can use. We call that AccuSync. So what is AccuSync? AccuSync is a search box with one-click access. It takes feature-based description search. So you can type what you're looking for, and then it supports fuzzy search. For instance, it's for vehicles. I'm looking for KCJ 300 and something. I'm not sure the last values. So it will actually search all over your footage and give you results based on that. Of course, you need to give it a time parameter so that it filters through your recording. Then the operation is quite user-friendly because you can even do it from your phone. You can also use voice prompt to do your search with AccuSync. Okay, then you have this. So you can just use HIK Connect. So you all know what is HIK Connect. HIK Connect is the mobile app that HIKVISION actually gives for the site. Then you add your NVR to it, and then take note of the NVRs that support AccuSync. We have the V Pro NVRs and the high NDP in mind NVRs. So this can do AccuSync for all channels because this is powered by the Guanlan large scale AI model. So the combination is one series with G3 or two series with AccuSense. Then you can do AccuSync search. So take note that you can use this to do search on HIK Connect Team mode, which I introduced. We can do that on HIK Central Professional. We can also do that on built-in web and the local graphic user interface of the NVR. And AccuSync actually has so many application cases like the retail stores, the residential places, the offices. So we can also take this part. Then let's quickly look at the analog products. CCTV analog products for spotlighting the 3K camera, highlight the Turbo HD 8.0. If you don't know about Turbo HD 8.0, you need to also pay attention on this. Two-way audio, SoundMax camera. Remember, analog is now the economical camera solution. So let's look at, we have 3K solution with high definition. Then we can compare with the 15 MP. The image is more lively on the 3K video with the aspect ratio of 16:9. Then in the Turbo HD camera, it will have XTS at the end. X is audio with flashlight, then TS is two-way audio. So just to pay attention to know the naming rule. Remember, we still need to start with DS2 for HIKVISION front-end products. Then we have Turbo HD 8.0, where we provide TVI, two-way audio technology breakthrough from HIKVISION. So HIKVISION gives you a camera that has a mic and speaker and achieves smart hybrid light. Then you have AI noise reduction in the audio that is portrayed out there. So we provide a clear and loud human voice in the audio solution. So we just filter noise from the video. So we get so many frequencies, but we pick the correct audio and project to the user, eliminating even echoes between the mic and speaker. Since the mic and speaker is close to each other, the camera still has echo cancellation ability. Then we have optional audio options like welcome, there's the siren about danger, warning, and even attention. So you can select which audio you want it to play. Then we have now lifeguard, where now we get the speaker alarm, the audio alarm. We also get apart from the audio alarm, we get red and blue lights. So that is the SRB models. Then how do we realize two-way audio function? So from the DVR, we add the DVR to HIK Connect, and then from HIK Connect, I can project my audio, say you are being monitored, blah, 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 and whatever you want to achieve. We can do broadcasting of audio by machine or by channel. So you filter that with the solution. But again, you have to pay keen attention to the models that actually support this. We have the X with the red and blue light, and then TS with two-way audio. So you have to pay attention to that. And the combination we can get a 2MP smart hybrid light solution. We can get a 3K smart hybrid light solution. We can get a ColorVu solution. Then we have the SoundMax camera with two-way audio option. So we have this in bullet and eyeball options. So SoundMax means the bracket has a built-in speaker that's louder, giving us a longer range. So we have 3 models of analog SoundMax. In the application case, let's say for analog audio system, in the backyard, we can get a lamp camera. So because the backyard is usually dark, outside we can do smart hybrid light camera with ColorVu. Inside the yard, we can do panoramic camera. On the fence, we can do lifeguard camera. So it depends on the actual site. Then inside, we can do PT camera with 2-way audio. So we choose one. Then we have one-click arm and disarm. So I can arm and disarm my system. So there's even silent arming. So silent arming, the HIK Connect will actually give you the ability to mute, but still receive the alarms. Then we have arming and disarming. So we can do that on HIK Connect. Then now let's look at the accessories, CCTV accessories. So we have the cables, different cables, pure copper Cat6 cables, Cat6A cables, coaxial cables. We have the premise distribution system and accessories like the RJ45, we have the patch codes, the fiber cables, we have the patch panel, the cable management, we have the keystone jacks. So all this variation, but on a HIKVISION cable, we focus on quality. So this is what you'll get. The cable would have a sheath to protect with UV protection. Then you have copper clarity purity up to 99.95%. Then you have the twisted pair. Then there is a separator for this cable. So remember, the thicker the cable, the better the conductivity and the better the resistance impedance, like how the cable would have less resistance when it's more pure and thicker. Then you have the network cables variation for non-flame, no flame retardant. Then you have now the flame retardant. Then you have the outdoor cable. So we can give you this. Then in addition to the premise distribution system, we have the different UPS, 600 VA, 1 kVA, 1.2, 2 kVA, 3 kVA. We even have 5 and 6 kVA. So you can get this. And on the UPS, you get 2 years warranty and 1 year battery warranty. So this is the support that HIKVISION actually accords our installers. Then in terms of calculations, you can always compare. Remember, a UPS is a transition device that would help you when power goes out, you still have your equipment running and you restore a backup power supply. It's not the main backup source. So you can consider this in your deployments. So let's say you have a generator, you go for that. Then you have rack mount, let me say the online UPS. So we have the traditional UPS and also the online UPS. And the difference is with the online UPS, we still get to access our system even when power goes off. The system is powered by the UPS, and then we can configure multiple batteries for that. So we have the variation of UPS with the batteries linkage. Then you have different monitors giving you a narrow bezel, giving you a wide angle. We have 24/7 operation, then 3D noise